Hey, my dear friend, this is your good friend Josiah. Are you looking for something to watch? Or looking for somewhere to go or something to do? I want to welcome you to tune in every Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time in the United States or 8 p.m. GMT or what we call Liberian time to watch the best communication network of the Lutheran Church in Liberia, My Lutheran Connections TV. I love it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we want to welcome you to my Lutheran Connection talk show live. Today we are going to be hosting the planning committee of the Liberian Association of Lutherans in the Americas, ALLIA. They're going to be telling us about the upcoming convention planned for Atlanta, Georgia. So tune in as we have a lot of questions to unravel here today, a lot of good information that we are seeking, and we want you to keep tuned as we dive into the conversation here today. But before we start going into the conversation, I want to check in with my team. We have Dr. Toto out there in Atlanta, Georgia. Dr. Toto, how's today?
I'm not in Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh, sorry, Dr. Toto. I'm putting you with our group. Is it for the Dafia out? I gotta cause trouble here, huh?
Your people, yeah, don't cause that trouble. I'm in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Yes, that's true.
Things are good over area. We bless God for good weather, even though it's very hot and humid. But we're okay. We're glad to be back to celebrate the 4th of July. The God weekend. The God week rather. Yeah, we look forward to have a good show. A big great couple. The mother of the show. And also Dada. I want to greet you too. And also with it.
Awesome. Thank you, Dr. Toto. We're gonna reach out there and Winnipeg to our studio out there in Canada. We're gonna reach out to our sister couple. What's going on today?
Thank you, Elijah. I'm okay. I'm super excited. I'm overwhelmed.
I know what's behind our spot, right? The camping is in town.
Not even for that. I got an upcoming activities, Elijah.
Okay,
my birthday is the 12th.
Oh,
and my anniversary is the 12th. So,
oh my gosh.
And my husband is here for us to celebrate together. So I'm super excited. I'm so much grateful to God for everything. Yeah, I'm so much grateful. And I thank you for the safe arrival of my husband. Winnipeg is okay. We had a cool weather this morning. The sun was not hot, just we had a bit cool underneath it. But it was okay. Yeah, and I'm doing fine. Everybody okay.
Awesome.
And want to say hi to my own president in studio, Madam President. How are you?
All right. Well, our own brother, Wendy Kobe, is in Atlanta, but today he's going to be on the hot seat. So we're just going to check in with him, and then later on he will be a guest on the show. So today he's going to be like answering questions instead of asking questions here today. So Wendy, welcome to the show. We're not hearing you, Wendy. No sound from you, Willie. We're not hearing you.
I was saying thank you, Brother Zina. Thank you so much. And thanks to everyone. Thanks to the folks out there following us. Dr. Toto, I think it's a clear manifestation that the dream is coming to fruition. You are packing your bags now for Georgia. It's clear that my brother Elijah had openly revealed the information
Open
that
up
you
in the basket today.
and our dear sister couple, she said we should call her mother couple. I think she's having a 3-in-1
I know.
Mother's Day, Father's Day, and birthday.
A wedding anniversary.
And her dash is wedding anniversary, so it's 4-in-1. Yeah,
that's huge.
Thank you. Yeah.
All right, thank you, Brother Willie, and welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Our guest in studio today is no other person. She's also in the seat to be answering questions today. She's no stranger to the show, and she's no stranger to the Lutheran Church in Liberia. We want to take this time and say welcome, Madam Deta Gavlo, President of the Lutheran Youth Fellowship.
Thank you so much, Mr. President, and thank you to my Lutheran Connection. I'm so happy and excited to be here today to talk about the upcoming assembly of the ALLIA. Georgia is pretty much good. The sun is really, really hot, but at least we thank God that we have air condition. The only thing right now that is really saddening, even though it didn't happen in Georgia, but it happened in the United States. There was a flood in Texas, and we lost about 68, and we still missing 11. About 50 children who went on camp. That's so sad. Can't believe it. And the search is still on. They are still looking for the 11 people that are missing. We just keep our finger crossed that at least they will find survivors. And they are also promising that there's going to be a lot of rain today again. So we just ask God for His grace. But other than that, everything is okay. The family is good. And thank God that we are here today. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Madam President, and welcome to the show. Yes, sir.
President, can you just give me just like 30 seconds, please? That since Dede have mentioned the people in Texas, I also like for us to remember one of our fallen Lutheran brother. I think he's from Todota area. He was commonly known as Uncle V. One of Vani.
Is he the laboratory technician that they talk about?
I think I saw something like that on Facebook this morning.
Yeah. He was from the bone mines. He was from the bone mines. He was part of the Lutheran Youth. I remember him from the Lutheran Youth Fellowship.
Okay.
Just letter, which family in the deepest condolences. Yeah. Thank you, Brother Zena.
No worries. Okay, from my end in Minnesota, we are good here. Our weather is good. You can wear your short pants and go outside. So we are very much excited about the weather. Family, everybody is good. So we are happy to be here. So going into our conversation today, we have rounds of questions that we're going to be asking our panelists or our guests on the show tonight. By the way, this is the planning committee of the Lutheran Associations of Liberians the Liberian Lutheran Associations in the Americas, ALLIA. They are going to be answering questions about activities coming up in Atlanta, Georgia, surrounding the convention. So we want to know how prepared they are. So today, we're going to be looking at the general event, the objectives. We're going to have questions coming around logistics. We're going to have questions about funding, the budgeting. We're going to have questions about roles and duties. And we're going to have questions about program activities. And we're going to have questions about how you're promoting this event and how people can register for this event. We're going to also have questions about risk management in case of emergency. And we're going to also have questions about how you intend to get feedback after this event as we move forward. So these are talking points that we have and questions lined up. And each of us going to have a time to come to you with the question, and each of you can decide who wants to take the question, since it's just the both of you, and the both of you are on the committee. So you can decide who to take the question. So to kickstart this whole thing, we're going to reach out to our studio in Pittsburgh, Philadelphia. Dr. Toto, to start up our round of questioning.
Before then, just a point of correction: we are the local hosts, not the ALLIA Planning Committee.
Yeah, the local host. Yeah.
Thank you.
Good. Welcome.
Thank you for that, Elijah.
Before Brother Toto comes in, I just want to do a follow-up question to pursue. She talks about they are the local hosts. Are they working in line with the planning committee?
Yes.
Awesome. Dr. Toto.
Okay, thank you for that. Also, to Elijah, keep blessing us. I'm not in Philadelphia. I'm in Pittsburgh.
I guess that Pittsburgh,
No,
Pennsylvania.
In Pennsylvania.
I'm in the bird. But thank
Okay.
God, to the local planning committee, thank you very much for appearing on the show to address some of the doubt and some of the concern that we have to prepare people to come for this convention. You know, ALLIA convention always bring Lutheran together in the diaspora, and also people from back home, Liberia. Some of them come, so this is very huge, you know. But from last year, from last convention to this time convention, what are some of the what are your goals that they set for this convention to be successful? What are some of the planning process you are putting in place? Looking at the target population or the people that be coming to Georgia, how are you prepared to host them? Are you expecting guests from Liberia, from Canada, and other part of the other part of the world? You know, in terms of your earlier, how are you prepared? What are the goals that they put in place right now that will be able to motivate people to come to the convention?
You want to start with it?
No, I would like for my sis Detta to go first because she's the ex official to our planning committee, and we know pretty much well that you guys will be asking some loaded questions. So, sis Detta, you can go and I will buttress you.
Okay. Thank you so much. So the first question, if I heard, is how well we are prepared, right?
Yeah, in terms of preparing from last year convention to this, how far you got in terms of your objective?
So this year, firstly, I will start with the team. Our team is mainly about decentralizing ALLIA because since ALLIA was established, we have not done the decentralization. So this year, that's the whole goal for this convention, is to decentralize ALLIA. So we'll have like the 4 regions: the east, the west, and the south, and the north. So that's the whole goal about this convention. And when it comes to preparation, we say we are about 50 to 65%. So we have guests coming from Liberia this year. We are anticipating at least about 4 people or more, but right now we show about 4. And we also have people coming from Canada. We have some of our members coming from Canada. Couple City is one of those. So we also have people coming from all over the United States to come to Georgia here for the convention. We are anticipating around 65, 75 people. Hoping, keeping our finger crossed that those are the amount of people that we are expecting this year. When come out and out of hosting, we also are prepared for that. We putting in for Airbnb and we also putting in for hotel. It just depends where somebody want to go. Yeah.
Yeah. If you don't mind, so I can just buttress sis Detta. First off, I want to say that selecting Atlanta, Georgia, the city that is known to be, the Black Hollywood entertaining city in the U.S., and also the city that hosts the busiest airport in the world. But not ready to take away those things from the ALLIA, convention. Like Sis Dada mentioned that the theme for this year is strengthening ALLIA through unity, diversity, and decentralization. And this is from the text, 1 Corinthians 12 through 14. So in 2020, ALLIA met and, through a virtual convention. At the time it was COVID. So ALLIA put into place mechanism for decentralization. We went to Baltimore in 2021. The assembly passed all of the plans that we had, the strategy that we had, written. Then, but ALLIA had not put those plans into action. So this assembly is going to focus on that. That's what Sis Dede was talking about. But you asked the question, how prepared are we? I would tell you, Brother Zena and Dr. Toto and Sis Kopo and to the rest of the Lutheran community, ALLIA, the host planning committee in Atlanta, Georgia, we are prepared that tomorrow, I can assure you tomorrow, July 7th, if you guys want to descend in Atlanta, Georgia for this assembly, we are prepared to host you.
Thank you. Dr. Toto, you get a follow-up question, or we'll move on to couple?
Yeah, or just a follow up in terms of the preparation, and I know you got at the local, we work on the local level. How is communication? Because we are seeing this before in other convention. I don't want to give an example, but we are seeing other past convention between the National Planning Committee and the local planning committee went local here, and some of the implementation of previous convention did not really go where it's supposed to go. So with this year convention, how is the working relationship between you guys and the National Planning Committee?
So I will begin by this parable that says, so the journey of terrorism mile begins with the first step. And sometimes the teeth and the tongue do they live together, but sometimes they bump into each other. So I want to say that our working relationship with the National Planning Committee, I think we enjoy a fruitful working relationship, a very cordial one. Perhaps initially the book rocked a little bit, but thanks to the leadership of the National Planning Committee, our executive team, and also the local planning committee, the president like to refer to us as the host planning committee. The host planning committee, we are on track, and I can assure you that the working relationship is very much cohesive. That anything that you see out there or before it comes out there, it is agreed upon before any information is released to the public. So in short, our working relationship is cordial.
Thank you. We now turn over to our sister couple.
Thank you, Elijah. Once again, I want to welcome the local planning committee of ALLIA's convention. I want to say thank you so much for the work so far. I just want to know what's the duration of this convention, the duration of the events. I kept on hearing the local community. The local community is where? Where is the venue of this convention? And how was that venue chosen?
Okay. I can
Yeah,
start.
Sister.
Okay. So I heard about the venue, and what was the first thing that you said, Sis Couple?
The
Sorry.
date and the duration of the event.
Oh, okay. So the assembly for this year will start from August 15th to the 17th, which will be Friday through Saturday, the third Sunday the third weekend in every August. Every year, that's the time we host our convention. It happened this year to fall on the 15th to the 17th. And we hosted the convention at Trinity Lutheran Church in Lebanon. So how we came about the venue was when Bishop came here last year, we were opportune to visit the Trinity Lutheran Church in Lebanon. We went there and Bishop was a guest there too. So on that day, there was relationship that established between the Lutheran Church of Liberia and the Trinity Lutheran Church in Lebanon, which is located in Georgia. And we already had the hosting of ALLIA convention this year in progress. So we talked to them about it, and they were so excited to host us. After we came back, we thought we actually, Willie and me, we live in Douglasville. We are like an hour, 20 or 30 minutes away from Lebanon. So we deemed it necessary to host it there because they have more Liberian on that side than here. For Douglasville, we really don't have much. So it's like from the 15th to the 17th, we will also be moving to Lebanon instead of us being in Douglasville because of the distance. So that was how we decided to choose Trinity to be the host for us. And from that day, they are so excited to host us, and they expressed that because of this, it was even cement the relationship between the Lutheran Church in Liberia and the and the Trinity Lutheran Church here. And
Yeah.
then
Sorry. Go ahead, Sister.
and you said something about the local host, Sis Couple.
Yeah.
Did
I
you say
talked
anything?
about the duration of the event. I talked about how was it chosen. Yeah. I wanted to do a follow up when you said there are a lot of Liberians in Douglasville. Um, is that an area? What's the area?
Labor,
In
labor,
Lebanon.
labor in
Are
Georgia.
they Lutheran?
Um, Not really, but I know we have Lutherans there, but we also trying to incorporate other people to be part to our event. That's one of the reasons. But what you will speak more about that.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Sis Dede. I just want to add on to what Sis Dede just informed us about. That you mentioned. We are a couple of minutes drive away from Labrum, Georgia. Um, so one of also the reason is that Aliyah always have a fundraising banquet during the evening hours of Saturday on the weekend. So the congregation that we do attend, which is Good Shepherd Lutheran Church, they were also receptive, but their event hall could not host the number of people descending to Atlanta this year, or have expressed their interest to come here to Atlanta. So, and based on the relationship that she spoke about, Trinity was also receptive and opening her arms to us. So we will be going to Trinity Lutheran Church. And when you talk about the selection, uh, um, uh, it said about how Atlanta was selected. Is
No,
that a
the host,
question?
the host parish. I think
Oh, the
Sister
host
that is
parish. Oh,
talking
okay, okay,
about.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. So, like sis did I mention, that's why that was the reason why. And I can tell you for a fact that the Senate that we find ourselves in, which is the Southeastern Senate, the Senate is filled with enthusiasm. The bishop right now, Bishop Kelvin Strickland, had traveled abroad, but he has assured us that he will be present during this assembly. We have other dignitaries that will be coming from the Liberian community, and also high profile clergy from the ELCA that will be attending our event. So Atlanta 2025, I know there will be other questions coming up, but again, I can assure you Sis Kopo, if you pack your bags today and you want to come to Atlanta and to begin the assembly, we are prepared to host you, including Elijah,
No worries,
You
we'll
will
be
not
there.
you will not come and stay outside the church building. We are ready to receive you anytime.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you very much, Kopo, and for your question, and thank you to the team for answering. I'm gonna do my round of questions. If you have a sheet of paper, you want to get my questions, and then you just answer them in sequence.
My man, I did it one at a time, but you talking about sheet of paper. Go ahead.
My question gonna be around budgeting,
Okay.
and I think the Madam President is trying to get a sheet of paper or a pen. Um, yeah, we'll give her a few seconds here so she can get
Paper,
that.
sheet and pen.
Yeah.
But go ahead, man.
But you guys come in to answer question. You should have some paper and pen to be
Oh, I
ready.
got paper and pen. I got paper and pen. I got paper and pen.
Like that old
One
school.
question.
Yeah, tell them, man, old school.
Yeah, I know, right? All right. So my
Yeah, go ahead.
first question is, what is the estimate of your budget? And then my second question would be under that would be, how are you funding the event? Are you have a sponsor? You having ticket sale, or you have grants coming from somewhere, etc. That would be a follow up to that question. And then the next question would be, what is your highest cost item on the convention list in your budget? What is your highest cost? And do you have any strategy in place to avoid budget overrun? That would be the next question in line. And I will stop right there.
And you cut
And-
your friend and one more question.
And how will you track your? How will you track your money?
Yeah, Elijah, slow down, my man. So, Elijah, what I would tell you is that we
read the question. You addressed it. We want you addressing the first one.
Your first question, what is the budget, right? Yeah,
the estimated budget.
Estimated budget.
Okay. The estimated budget. I would tell you that we are running the smallest budget in ALLIA history, and we said to ourselves that despite the current economic situation globally, we will run the smallest budget, and we will also try as much as possible to to provide our services wherever needed, so that we don't have to pay a penny. So that is that. And also I will inform you also, Brother Zina, that item 13 is always the largest item on the menu item. Item 13, which is the powerhouse, the feeding area. Empty bed cannot stand. Now we know that Elijah, Dr. Toto, Sis Kopo, and everyone coming down to Atlanta, Georgia, you are coming to see. The Bible has this story that, can any good thing come out of Nazareth? And they say, come and see. All right. So I will allow Sis Dada to come in, but I want to say this quickly. And there is a song that we sang in Guinea during the refugee camp. It said, when Christ is on your vessel, the storm is always calm. So, no, Brother Elijah, just a minute, please. The storm is always calm, because I'm saying this with emotion that we have the smallest committee, the smallest committee, but the work that we are doing is more powerful. That I can tell you today that if you pack your bags and get on a flight to Atlanta, we are prepared to receive you. The greatest hospitality, you'll receive it on your way back to Minneapolis. So,
just to remind you, my question was, what is the estimate of your budget? I know you've been working. Right. We want to know that figure.
All right.
And the next in line was
our budget is between 10 to 13,000. That's
Okay.
the estimate of our budget, 10 to
Awesome.
13,000. That is between
Elijah,
them.
let me just do a follow up on your question, please.
All right.
I already gave an estimated budget of between 10 to 13,000. Is it different from the
Okay, nice.
ALLIA's planning committee? Is that budget different from the total budget of the planning committee of ALLIA,
Or
So
is it
so
inclusive?
or
so
it
okay,
is inclusive?
it is inclusive. That's what I'm saying. Estimated budget is
Yes,
between
I
that.
know, but you as a local committee, right? You are a
Right.
local committee. And since that I said it, there is a general planning committee, right?
Right.
So is this different from the general committee budget?
No,
Or
no,
okay,
it is
the same.
it is the same. Yes, it is the same. It is the same, and it is approved by both the National Planning Committee and the general body, as well as the board of ALLIA. Concur with this budget.
Thank you. With that, the next follow-up question to that is how you planning to fund the event? Are you doing sponsorship, ticket sales, or grants, or etc.?
Yes, absolutely. So we are receiving. We are
Remember what Phoebe told you.
Yeah. So lastly, our support is based on our members, I would say, but we are also receiving donors, a donation from well wishers. We are receiving donations. We will also be selling advertisements. So in the program, the bulletin, we will have spots for people to purchase ads. That is a full page, half page. For example, a full page would be like around $100, and half page would be $50, and a quarter of a page would be $25. We anticipate that we're going to be receiving donations from other meaningful, supporters out there. Will be receiving donations from them. So, so that's how we intend to, to source funding for our for this assembly.
Follow up to that, we
Yes, sister. Go ahead.
we finance our convention through our deal.
Yeah.
So every ALLIA member need to pay $150,
Yes.
and we paid that in April. So the setting fee is $100, which supposed to be paid in this month in July, which will help to finance the assembly. So that's that, and we're using this platform to ask other members, please try and pay to enhance us to finance the convention. So we have sponsors, but that's one of the main source of our income, to sponsor our assembly. And in this assembly, we also have ticket, like what you said, we have a dinner ticket. So the dinner ticket will run from 50 to 150. Ordinary ticket is $50. We have $100 for patron, and grand patron we have $150. And then we also have a sale. We have a back bag that we will be selling. That will also run from 50 to 100. We have another package. Okay, thank you, Woody. These are the bags that we'll be selling. We have another package right here that you will have here. There's a pen, there's a what's the thing? We have a memory stick and other things in here. This will also go for $50. And we have a bag here that we have 5 bags that is different. So that's why the bag is running from 50 to 100, because that's a fingerprinted bag. We have 5 pieces. So the lucky 5 person that will come for it, they will get it. But these are some of the items that we will be selling to raise
But,
funds earlier this year.
Brother Sina, can I just expand a little bit on this item, since we wanted to keep this for later. So since Dada have mentioned that, could you please give us just few seconds to expand on this? So
Absolutely.
yes. So as you can see on the screen, and since Dada mentioned earlier, Um, when we were given a task to host this assembly, we thought from a different lens. Okay, not the usual way to just go to an assembly and get this market bag and leave. No, so we decided to add another flavor to it. And as you can see on the screen display, you have souvenir items. Um, one of them that Sister talked about is like a cyber bag, and you can have fingerprints to unlock the bag. All right, and you can see to your left, you have two sets of gift items. To your left, you will see a water jar, a portfolio for your file, your tablet, your wallet, a key holder. And this is the first time, and also you will see a mouse and a battery charger, wireless charger as well, um, and pen drive. This is the very first time in ALLIA's history that we're going to have these souvenir items that we can go out there and proudly display our association with our organization. And like Sister that I mentioned, it's going to range from $50 and above. It's not the amount that you are looking at, it's your contribution to the work of ALLIA. All right, it's your contribution to the work of ALLIA globally. ALLIA does not only work here in the US, but we do global humanitarian work. So we are hopeful that these items, once they are given out there to people and donations are made, can enhance the work of ALLIA. And I will tell you this: the items, as we speak, they are already in the United States of America, and we will be receiving it sometimes this week. Pre-orders are in effect right now. We want to encourage you. Please contact the local planning committee. Contact Sis Dede. Contact Brother Tika Harris. Contact our national chair, which is Sis Lindura Howard Derawa. Contact Mother Josephine Siafa. Contact myself. Contact Brother John Lamo. Please contact any one of us if you are interested in any one of these items. People from Liberia are also contacting us because we want to give you the opportunity that if you don't put in for your order, and when these items are gone, they are gone. And I can assure you, I was just speaking with one of our panelists earlier on today, and she told me that she's going to order 2. So you have to put in your order, okay? Donation, and again, because we are a non-for-profit organization, these are you get these items through donation. You can donate ranging from $50 and above. If you want to donate $150 for any one of these bags, we would gladly appreciate that. But the donation starts from $50. Any amount, any donation of at least $50 can get you one of these bags. And as you can see them displayed, they are very, very much pretty, and we can guarantee you that they are durable and they will last long. So I will stop here for now. I just want to make late emphasis on the souvenir items, and these will be going out before the assembly. So if you are waiting to get to the assembly, you might not get anything because it will be out.
Thank you, Brother Woody. My last question before we recognize our guests. Do you have any strategy put in place to avoid budget overrun?
Yes, absolutely. So since Dada will speak to that more in detail, but I will just this time around we're going to flip the switch. I will talk a little bit, and she will talk more about that. Since Dada came up with this strategy, it was in one of our meetings, and she came up with this strategy. She said, "Willie, we made a budget, but we know that things, prices are increasing now. So what do we do?" I said, "Well, it's you, because when it comes to the kitchen aspect, I know how to prepare gari yoko, but I don't know how to prepare the other ones, So she told me, she said, "Okay, I have an idea." So she said, "Well, ask our people The members of ALLIA, we are generous indeed, and we want to appreciate you for that. So when she first mentioned in one of the general meetings, we want to say the first person to kick the ball rolling is our own chaplain, Deacon Moses Kere. Deacon Moses Kere contributed, or he pledged 2 bags of rice, and immediately he paid that. The president followed. As a leader, the president followed and also donated 3 bags of rice. So on the list, if we need 5 bags of rice, we already have 5 bags of rice. We're going to scratch that out. So with that, we cannot, budget shortfall, budget overrun. We cannot do all of, we will not find ourselves in such a situation. But those are some of the strategies. But like I said, can you please allow Sis Dede just a few minutes to expand on the plan that we have?
Go ahead, Madam President.
Okay, thank you, Woody. Yes, as Woody rightfully stated, that's one of the strategies we're putting in place this year to ask our member to please donate. So, like he said, the first person who already started the ball rolling is our own chaplain, Deacon Kede, who have already make possible his pledge. He pledged 2 bags already, but he actually gave us $100. So he already did that, and also pledged to give us palm oil. And other people are coming too. So what we're doing is we'll put those things that we need in the chat room. If you can't give us the money, you can either buy and just ship it to us. Either way will be good for us. That's one of the ways that we do. That's one of the strategies we're doing this year to really help us. We say cut down costs, and even like he said, our own services we are providing the tool. We asking other people to come. Like for example, the person that will decorate our hall this year will come from Michigan. So just our own people. My daughter will also be coming from Ohio to help us with the cooking. So we're doing more services this year to cut down costs, especially how we're looking at things. We don't even know from now to August how much will be for rice. We don't know, and how other things will be. So those are the strategies that we're putting in place to help this year. And then since we talk about the souvenir, we have a lapa this year. Let me just show you. We have lapas also for the convention. This is the green for the lapa. Just showing to anybody who the lapas are going, but we still have more here. These are the uniform that we will wear for the dinner. We have 4 sets of lapas. $65 to help us raise funds also. $65 for 3. Order your lapas. We actually got 100 pieces this year, and it almost gone. So these are the lapa for the ticket. You don't just have to get a lapa for the dinner rather. It doesn't have to be only for the dinner. You can actually get 2 and wear some on Sunday. All these things are just to encourage us to raise funds for ALLIA. 3 lapas for $65. Contact me, I will ship it to you. I have already started shipping to people. As long as you want it, I will just ship it. For Minnesota, Career has the lapa there. For Ohio, we also have lapas there too, with church or the church. What's the church name again, Woody? The African no.
Oh no, that's the ARLM, the African International Lutheran Mission.
Yes. So the parish council chair there, his name is Cheche. He has those lapas too. Or you can even contact the president, or even the committee chair, the planning committee chair. We have more lapa in Ohio, we have lapa in Minnesota, and we have lapa here in Georgia. So those are just some of the things that we put in place this year.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
From ALLIA.
Thank you very much, Woody and Sis Dede, for the response to our questions. And that ends the first round of our questionings. We're gonna go ahead and recognize our viewers here. And we want to remind everybody that you are tuned into my Lutheran Connection talk show TV. And today we are in conversation with the local host of the the Liberian Lutheran Association in the Americas, ALLIA local planning committee. That we are going to be hosting the national convention in Atlanta, Georgia this year. So we are in conversation with the local planning team here. So with that, we're going to recognize our viewers and then go into the second round of questioning and then end the show. So the first person we got here is Brother Aber. He said, "Hi, family." Hi, Aber. Thank you for tuning in. The next person is our own brother, Zegoya. He said, "Hello, I'm watching from Lova Kande Nima Kande Bolo." That guy, he just loves politics.
How you doing, brother?
The next person watching is our own General Secretary, Sis Mari Kakula. Who else we got here? We got President Emeritus. He said, "Hey," he also watching the show. Our Dean also is watching. Reverend Thomas Jala is watching the show. And then our own mother, Victoria Nangbe Johnson, she's watching. She said, "Good evening to all, especially my daughter couple." Okay. Hi, mother. We appreciate you for joining the show. And then we got another person here, Sis Catherine Gago. She's watching. She says she's waiting for an invitation to the event. So local planning committee, you guys are in trouble. You got to send Madam Gago's invitation. Okay. Another person, Henrietta Mata. She's watching from Monrovia. We say, "Welcome to the show, Henrietta." And keep tuning in. The next person here is our sister, Comfort Tue Sakwe. We say, "Hope everyone doing good. Happy pre-birthday and wedding anniversary to Sis Couple Celine." The last name that for her one. Okay.
My last name.
She said, "I won't pronounce the last name. You not go. I'll pronounce it for my brother, Nyanyo."
Nyanyo. I also got our brothers Zizi watching the show. He said, "Can you people send some of the items to the Lutheran University of Liberia so we can purchase them?" So that's something you guys can look into and see whether you can send some over there. And then we got another one from Sis Comfort here. The souvenir looks good. How people can how do people outside the USA have access to these souvenirs? That's a question you should take note and kind of like address it later on. And then brothers is it again here. Some of us have interest in that bag. Okay. So a lot of people are expressing interest in the souvenirs that you display. So you have to tell them how they can get it outside the US. And we got Stephen Koluk Fuller.
No. Sever. Sever.
That's a treasurer, that's the accountant, right? That's the accountant for the LCL.
Yes, Sever.
Okay, says Sever 4. Okay, we say welcome to the show. She say hi,
Elijah.
How you doing, my sister?
Elijah, let me remind you, or let me inform you, Kolu is the name given to the oldest female child in the family. So Sever Kolu 4.
All right, thank you for that information. All right, and then we have Flomo Livingstone watching as well. I attended the LTI in Lofa Kante Salaya City. So that's an alumni from the LTR. So those are all of our viewers we have today. We want to say keep tuned to my Lutheran Connections, and as we continue the conversation with the local host committee of the ALLIA's convention in Atlanta, Georgia. So now we're going to go back to Dr. Toto to kick off the next round of questioning to our guests.
Yeah, thank you again, Elijah. And also the second one, the question I see, were they just talking too much? You want
overexcited, huh?
Yeah, you too overexcited. You talking too much.
You know?
So that comes out of the planning committee now.
Okay.
How many people on the planning committee there? What are their roles and responsibility? Because we want to do longer work Babu draw here. Everybody
You
be
said how many people are on the local committee?
yeah, the planning committee, the local committee. How many? What's it?
Um,
And your roles and responsibilities.
we pretty much 5 to 6. So Woody Kobo here is the chairman for the local committee, and Bratike Harris is the co-chair for the local committee. And then I am a member for the local committee, but I'm the coordinator for souvenir and the cooking committee. And I have my co as Mother Josephine Siafa, who is also part of the cooking committee. And Brother TK Harris is part of. I mean, he's the head for the host for the what is coming.
Yeah, but Tika is
Hospitality.
coordinator for lodging,
The lodging.
entertainment,
Yes.
lodging and entertainment.
Yes, so Bratike Harris is coordinator for lodging and entertainment. And we also have our brother Lamon. He also work with Bratike with that. So we not a lot, but we just put our stuff in place. So everybody pretty much is actually working.
That's good. So in terms of communication, how you guys putting the communication out there? If I come in tomorrow and I need a hotel, where do I go to find this information in terms of communication? How the communication channel working? If I want to
Okay.
buy the Airbnb, what do I do? If I get a hotel,
So we just said the coordinator for that is Bratike Harris. But every other information will be put in the chat room. We've been talking about this. So the reason this year you have not seen the link for you to book your hotel is because Bratike Harris is taking care of everything. You see his he worked with the hotel, right? So we want to use his services to at least minimize the amount people our member will pay for hotel this year. That's why we gave him that responsibility.
but do you have an idea? Do you have an idea what the information will be out?
Yes. But Tika, sorry. So, Dr. Toto, may I just add? May I just add what Sis Dere is saying that you know, we're considering the economic circumstances, and because Brother Ticket is in
The
the
hotel.
hotel industry, he is leveraging the some of the benefits that he has from that industry, so that our members will pay a very little amount and will benefit good amount for lodging if you so choose to stay in a hotel. And these are high-end hotels. We're talking about like the Marriott, and you're talking about Hilton and Sheraton. Those are the hotels that we're talking about. Okay, you are coming to Atlanta, Dr. Toto. We don't want to keep you in one of those places. Okay, and also for those who are from institutions, say for example, if your institution is paying for your services for your hotel, and they need all of this, information, it will be on the website. If you go now on ALLIA website, the website is up and running. We have a page that says 2025 Assembly 2025. All of the, when it comes to tickets, when it comes to the banquet ticket, it comes to booking a hotel, when it comes to every other information is on there. It's on the website, ALLIA website, which is www.one, the number one, not the spelling one, but the number one, ALLIA.org. Again, it's www.oneallia.org, and select the Assembly 2025 menu. You will get on the homepage, and you will see all of the information on there. So beginning this evening, you will have the hotel information will be on there. The hotel information will be those who want to book individually. And mind you that Atlanta, you compare Atlanta to one of the top 3 cities. That is New York, LA, Atlanta. So these are, when it comes to being expensive, Atlanta is one of those places. But again, we want to thank God for Brother Tika Harris. He's using, he's trying to leverage that opportunity for our members. But if you want to book on your own, we will also have the link on there for you to book on your own. You might not be benefiting from the discount, but you can book on your own.
Yeah, and then you also ask for communication. So
Yeah.
the coordinator for all the communication is Brother Willie Kobe. He the hair for that. He doing all the communications.
Awesome.
And just to add up, everything that we are doing as local, the national planning chair or the national planning committee is also in collaboration with whatever we're doing. Whatever we are saying here, whatever we have planned, we're not planning on our own because we are like implementers. The local committee, I mean the national committee, the leadership, the leadership of ALLIA and the executive, we are all working together. So as a local host, we are the implementers.
Okay. Just a follow up. Can you guys just tell who are on the National Planning Committee? Or who are those?
The head for the National Planning Committee is Sis Lindora Kolu Howard Diwara.
Yeah,
As
that's
of
correct.
now, yes, she's the head, and she have her core people, but for now, she's the head for the local plan. I mean, the National Planning Committee.
Thank you all, and thank you, Dr. Toto, for your questions. We now turn over to our sister couple in Winnipeg, Canada, Manitoba.
And there's a question that
Manitoba.
hold on, there's a question somebody asking on there. Say, how many people are we anticipating?
Comfort.
Yeah.
Yes.
So okay, no, go ahead, sis. Go ahead.
This comfort. The answer to that question, we are anticipating between 50 to 75 of our members this year in Atlanta.
And that excludes invited guests. So sis comfort, like Prezo, for those who don't know, sis Deda used to serve at, or she's the president emeritus of the National Lutheran Youth Fellowship. So if you hear someone or refer to her as Prezo, that's the reason why. But for clarification, as she mentioned, that it's just our members, an estimated amount of 75 members of ALLIA, not including guests. So, and the hall that we will be hosting the dinner on Saturday evening, the hall is going to take, the hall takes up to 300. So we are prepared for that on Saturday. But just our members, at least an estimated amount is 75. That's why we are, planning for at least 75.
Okay.
All right, couple, it's all yours.
Estimated 75 alias member. I want to say thank you again to the local committee. It's like you people almost done with the whole convention. I was just waiting for the 15 to go and
Pack your
attend
bag, couple, pack your bag and
alias
come.
convention.
Yes.
So all of those souvenirs, the lapa, especially that green lapa, it's too attractive. That green. So I want to say thank you so much for the work done. Thank you so much to the local committee. Yeah, bravo to you guys. So we come to the activities of the convention. We come to the activities, the program and activities of the convention. What are those activities or sessions that are planned for the convention?
So I'm going to start.
And how do you follow? Let me give Ada. And how will you keep the attendees in session throughout the event?
So previously we said we have the convention will run from the 15th to the 17th. So by 12 on that Friday, people will start coming in. I think some people will come in on Thursday, but it's only one person I know here that will come on Thursday. But by 12, people will start coming in, and around 5 to 6, we will start, registration will start to Trinity. So this year convention, we will have our opening program, which will start around 5 to 6, and then other stuff will follow. Last year during the convention, we had some reporting session on the first day, and we are anticipating to do that too on this year convention, to have a reporting session on the Friday to enable us to go through some of the topics that we have chosen to deliberate on it on Saturday. Because since Friday is arrival day, not everybody will be here on Friday, but everybody will be here on Saturday. And then Saturday is the main day. And remember, Saturday is the same day that we having the dinner at night. So we have to do most of our activities, which will be on Friday, and conclude almost on Saturday, because Sunday is like having worship service and departing. But we have some deliberation this year on again, the main one will be decentralization.
How
That's
many
what we
speakers?
will really be focusing on this year.
How many speakers you people anticipating for the
Um, would you come in with that, please?
Yeah, so
What do we have now?
we are going to be having we're going to be having some breakout sections to set in motion the decentralization plans that started since 2020. So we're going to be having some breakout sections. So we anticipate like 4 breakout sections that will be finalized by the executives and the planning committee. So as like Sis Dere mentioned, that we are implementers, so we do provide our input, but that final decision will be coming up from there. But when it comes to um, the guest, the keynote speaker is Dr. Beverly Wallace. She's the head of the Lutheran committee, the Lutheran Education Center here in Atlanta. She will be here, and she will be the keynote speaker, and that will be on Saturday. On Friday will be our arrival. On Friday. We will have our opening worship service, and the opening worship service will be led by the Reverend Jonathan Hemphill of this Senate, the Southeastern Senate, and he is associate to the bishop. Like in Liberia, we have the BA. So here the bishop has like multiple BAs. Okay, so BA for church life is the Reverend Jonathan Hemphill. He is going to be presiding over the service. We will have greetings on day one, and also we are looking forward to also sharing day one with Dr. Toto. Dr. Toto wrote a book, and he will be presenting. He will be displaying his book on that day. So we'll be working along with Dr. Toto on day one. Day two, we will have the early morning, breakfast and have our day activities. And the powerhouse will make sure that it is very, very much rich. Elijah, when you come in, don't worry about anything. Tell your man that you'll be in good hands, because when you come to Atlanta, everything will be okay for you. And until you can leave from here, I can guarantee you that this committee can guarantee you, Elijah, you leaving from Minneapolis, coming to Atlanta, the moment you land, just forget it. You communicate with Yama and let her know that you've already reached home. Okay. But one thing quickly I want to add, because people have not asked on it. How can people register?
No, we're coming to that question. Don't run into that.
Sorry. Okay, sorry. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Okay, sorry. I'm very sorry. Sorry.
We got questions for you. We did not forget about that.
Okay. Dr. Toto spoke about communication. All right.
in an empty room?
This assembly is going. Look, there are new things going to be happening at this assembly. This assembly very, very shortly, if not the mid of this week or by the end of this week, you guys will be seeing or hearing commercial on various social media, meaning that we have a special commercial, like you will listen on radio. You have a special commercial that that is being produced for ALLIA Assembly. We're going to add that also to our arsenal of communication, strategy to send out far and wide. The flyer is already out. I saw on the flyer from MLC Talk that are there chances of, I don't know, you're going to talk about the flyer, some of the questions that are on there. I'm gonna be quiet on that, right? Okay.
Well, you already jumped into the next question. Couple was coming our way, so that's why we're just listening to you now.
Okay. So, but no, but I just want to say that there was some question from the group chat.
No worries.
Some of these 7 years.
You guys already addressed one of the questions. The other questions in the chat was how people can get these souvenirs outside
the 7 years. Please, I mentioned the names. Contact our ex-official. She's the coordinator on 7 year. Sis Dede Gavler. Contact her. You can contact her via WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger. Contact me. If you contact me, I will direct you to her. She is the direct focus person. If you want any of these 7 year items, reach out to Sis Dede Gavler. If you look on Facebook, her name is just simple. Dede Gavler is on Facebook. Reach out to her. Any one of us reach out to us, we will direct you to her and how to get your 7 year items. The lappers, the backpacks. I know a lot of people say you're interested in the backpacks. Please make sure to get a backpack. That's one. And we also address the anticipated number of people that will be coming. So yes, I just wanted to.
And additionally, you can also reach us on this Lutheran connection.
Yes, my Lutheran connection.
Whatever we can get to you through that.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Go ahead, couple.
Yeah, would there be any performance at the convention?
Yes. So couple, you asked the question. Again, can any good thing come out of those small people? During the assembly, in Ohio Assembly, when Atlanta was voted, they said, but how many people over there? Just 3 of them, just 4 of them. But guess what? With God on our side, we are doing mighty things. I would say, unfortunately, one of our very, very big hands that we were going for was snatched away from us. Not in a bad way now, but before we could get to the person, someone already booked the person all the way in Houston, Texas. That is the former Liberian soccer player Lucky Shango. Lucky Shango lives right in Atlanta, Georgia here, and someone snatched him away from us. It really hurt my heart. But we are working on some other things. We are working on things to Deacon Kede. We are working on some other big names like Fatu Gavler, which we're still trying to strike a deal on that. But come. We don't want to say everything. Come to Atlanta, Georgia. We are so much excited. Come to Atlanta, Georgia. Yes, come and see. Come and see what the Lord is doing with these people, with these hands. I'm telling you, among us. So please come. While I'm here, says couple, I just want to add quickly that if you are in Liberia and you want to contribute to ALLIA Assembly, I know whatever contribution you can make. The Loma man say, small can follow the pot. So if you are in Liberia, people are leaving from Liberia to come to this assembly. If you can send bunny, we will eat that bunny and says comfort to her that her bunny we eating. If you can send anything, chicken soup, Vita cube, send it.
The bishop is coming. Go on the neutral compound. The bishop is coming. Get rid of the bishop and say, carry for the convention.
Get rid of Bishop Padmo. Get rid of Bishop Padmo. Says comfort. And everybody that there, send anything that you can send. Send. I know Bishop won't be able to bring gallon oil or thing, but if it says Sever want to send Vita Cube, Crown Vita, send it to us. Anything from Liberia Drag, send it. Bonnie and all, send it to us.
That's a good one, Willie.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Everybody is a part, and everyone is invited. It's an open invitation. Everyone is invited.
My last question. I kept on hearing Willie talks about Dino, and Presso talks about Dino. So this Dino is, I guess, it's a form racer, right?
Yes.
So is the form racer for ALLIA, or because we know ALLIA has LUL, or it is for LUL.
Okay. Thank you, sis couple. So usually when we go to assembly, since the establishment of LUL, we have always raised the raised fund for ALLIA. I mean for LUL during our dinner. But this year we have decided to raise fund for ALLIA herself for at this dinner. So it was from this background that in May there was a fundraiser that took place in Maryland for LUL. So this assembly, we're going to raise funds for ALLIA. Again, this year we are more focused on decentralization. When we decentralize, in that we'll be able to attract other people to come. Like for us this year, nobody knew that Atlanta was going to host, because if you see the amount of people, but by us hosting this year, it will help us for other people to be attracted to this, to ALLIA, and it can also help in the other region. So now if you see us we host this year, because of that, you will not say, oh, we only, maybe that we just have few handful of people on the other side, we will not host. If other people can do it, you can do it too. So through that, we will be able to do the decentralization this year. But that's why the fundraiser this year is going to focus on decentralization of ALLIA, and fundraising too to help ALLIA, because ALLIA too, we are really, really struggling. We need help.
So, couple, there you have it. Please keep in touch with sis. Comfort says you should keep in touch with her. But I want to add to what sis Dere had just mentioned, that focusing on ALLIA, and that's one of the key points, because we are a part. And thanks also to the Liberian community here in Georgia. When we reached out to some of the executives, they invited us, and we talked about it. They said, "What is ALLIA?" And we just say it's a Lutheran organization. This is the big umbrella Lutheran organization of all Liberian Lutherans here in Americas, in the United States and Canada. We talk a little bit about it, and the one of the executives there said, "Oh, your Lutheran people, then plenty here, they right there. But if we don't do this decentralization, that we will be empowered, the local group will be empowered to reach out there. Sometimes the information just sets up and it really doesn't sink down. So the decentralization is very, very important. And like I said, this assembly will just be like an icing on a cake. It started in 2020. We went to Baltimore in 2021. We set everything, set all of the structures and everything. This assembly is going to kickstart the entire decentralization process and the thought and everything that we've put, on mind. So it is very, very important that we carry on the decentralization process.
So what let me
Thank you.
let me tell you around them for 30 seconds.
Yes.
Let's get the message clear out there now. If you got to talk about decentralization, what do you got?
So I will say this quickly. That in 2020, I will go back to 2020. There were 6 pillars, on one on decentralization, one on finance, one on membership, and all of that. So when we met in Baltimore in 2021, the membership committee came up with this plan of decentralization, drawing us into regions. For example, our sister organization, ADLA, which is the African Descent Lutheran Association, is drawn into regions as well. So they have up until region 10, and which, of course, I served previously as regional representative for region number 8, covering Maryland and Delaware. So we go, the map of the US and Canada will be divided into some geographical regions, that in each region, people will be able to set up some structure and reach out to our members, locally, reach out more to our members. And we're going to be having the executive team, the leadership structure, but that will empower those that are on ground to reach out more to our members and bring them out so they can feel a part. You know, some people, when they are just part of a big dream, you don't really see them effective. But when they are part of a smaller group, they become more effective. Okay, they become more effective. So other organizations are doing it, and the same thing. We think that ALLIA will do it very well because we have taken our own time to really get this into motion, and we know that the decentralization will help ALLIA to move forward.
Okay, so
Thank you.
Aliyah wants to be like the parent company. Then you have all the
Yes,
subsidiaries.
Chapters.
ALLIA
Yeah,
is the
kind of
parent
developing
company.
chapters
I actually
around.
want to be, but ALLIA is the parent company.
Parent.
For example,
You
our
have the
brother Elijah Zina,
subsidiaries. Okay.
our brother Elijah Zina, though he don't want to talk about himself, he asking us all the questions, but Elijah Zina is the director of youth and young adult in ALLIA. So that's a big portfolio for the entire United States and Canada. But if we have the decentralization, we help ALLIA. We not only help ALLIA, but we help ALLIA through Elijah's committee. We help ALLIA through that committee, and the work will be you will see a free flow of work. It would not be on one person's shoulder. Okay, so you will have all of us getting involved and do a whole lot of work than to only see Willie every time, Tis Dede every time, Elijah every time, and just recycling people. You will have other people with other ideas. We see the need to jump in a smaller part. And I will tell you that in the absence of decentralization right now, our small committee is a testament to the decentralization.
Thank you, Willie.
So,
Time is fast spent.
okay.
We want to keep going here.
Just to come up with something quick, sorry, Mr. President. How
Okay,
can
go
you
ahead.
become a member of ALLIA? So, as a Lutheran, when you enter the United States and you are a Lutheran member, you automatically member. You just need to register to become a member and due paying member too. So we using this platform to call people. We have a bunch of Lutherans in this country, but we just have a handful of people that are part of ALLIA. We're using this platform to call you. Please come and join us so that we can have this as little LCL here and a large LCL in Liberia.
Absolutely.
Let's throw that in there.
Thank you very much, Sis Dede. So in my final round of questions, maybe you want to grab your pen and paper again. I'll ask all the questions so that you guys can just answer them in row instead of me coming back and forth. So a couple left this also. I just want to put it there. Whether you already got into that, how you're promoting the event, so by social media and other platforms. I also want to know how people can register for the event. I want you to elaborate on that, and then how will you communicate updates or changes to those attending the event. So if there's an event, there's a time where you have to send something out to everybody who registered already. You want to say, this is a change that we've made. How are you going to go about doing that? I'll let you know about that. Then the next question would be about accessibility and inclusiveness of the event. How is the event center accessible to people with disability? I want to know that. And what step are you taking to be very inclusive and diverse as it relates to different backgrounds coming to the event? That will be my next question. And then my last question would be, what inspired you to just keep moving and doing this for ALLIA? I want to know what inspired you and what has been the most challenging aspect of your work going on so far, and what more exciting about it as well.
So the exciting part, I will leave that to the.
Why you want to start with the bottom and start from up? Leave it.
No, the exciting. I'm just saying the exciting part. I will leave that with Sis Dede, because if you leave it to me, we're not going to leave from here today when it comes to the excitement. You can see I'm just laughing, and it's today I know that I had tempos. I didn't even know that, But I'm prepared. Look, we are prepared for this assembly. But I will say this quickly: when it comes to accessibility, right? Thank God that God directed us. They say if you avail yourself, God will lead you. Listen, Trinity Lutheran Church is cannot be more perfect than anywhere to host this assembly. They already have the infrastructure set up. Nothing we have to do. We did a tour this on Sunday at Trinity. We were so amazed. And listen, Elijah, have you planned to do something and someone tells you, what can I do for you? What people are begging us, what can they do for us?
Good.
You understand? They are begging us. What can they do for us? And when it comes to parking, we have enormous space at Trinity. When though, I'm telling you what, even want to play Barry and IE, there's a big football field right there. There's park for the kids to play. When it comes to people with disability, there's ramp for you to go up, at the church. So everything is set. And
how can people register for the event?
Yeah. So don't get me wrong. I think they also have a mini elevator. I think I saw something like that there. But that would be, clarified. In terms of information, ALLIA has a Twitter page, Facebook page, and the website. Everything is on ALLIA's website, and also we're using our communication channel. Since they talk about Brother Cheche earlier on, Brother Cheche is the chairperson of the Lutheran Church, the Liberian Lutheran Church in Ohio, Columbus, where the Reverend Zester Yakwazo is the pastor. Brother Cheche has given us the opportunity to use the communication tool that Liberian Association has in Columbus, Ohio. So pretty soon you'll be receiving text messages coming straightly to your phone, and you'll be receiving calls coming to your devices telling you about this ALLIA Assembly. Everyone, their hands are open to helping ALLIA for this assembly. One thing again, I will say quickly, Brother Elijah, that our registration form, or the registration form for this assembly, you can use any device. And maybe
How do they access that?
Thank you very much. That's what I'm reaching to. Maybe unlike a button phone that you may not be able to use, but anything, tablet, laptop, mobile phone, it takes you 1 minute to fill out the application form, the registration form, to fill it out. You can access the link on ALLIA's website, oneallia.org, and select Assembly 2025. That's where you can access the registration form. Is on there. And one key, the reason why we need people to fill out this registration form, please, is that it helps us in terms of planning and preparation. It helps us a lot. This is the reason why at this assembly, we know that people already started complaining, or maybe I would say try to bully us because of the distances in Atlanta, Georgia. We're going to have vehicle. Elijah, you're not going to take Uber from the airport to the church. We're going to have a chauffeur to come and pick you up, but that can only happen in our planning process for you to register. The pre-registration deadline is the 14th of July. July 14th is the pre-registration deadline. If you are not registered after the 14th of July, any logistical issue, do not hold us responsible, please. The 14th of July pre-registration deadline is the 14th of July. So we anticipate that more people will register to help us help you make ALLIA better. So I think those are some of the information I want to provide, but our flyer is out there. The flyer for this assembly is out there, and also our tickets are also out there and everything. So this is the beautiful flyer of the assembly, and it's also out there. It's on our website. Thank you.
So you talk about accessibility, but I also asked about the background for being diverse. Do we have in place a language translation, stuff like that?
So in terms of language translation, so that we're not going to sit here and lie to you. Okay, that's something that we have to look into. Okay, yeah, we're not going to sit here and lie to you that, okay, we have people to, like, sign language or so. But we know that the church, Trinity Lutheran Church, has all of these services. We can ask them. We are going back to Trinity again. By the end of this month, we are going back to Trinity to have another meeting. So we do go there periodically to have meeting and to know where we are. So that's how a level of coordination. We coordinate with our national ourselves, then we go also to Trinity and speak with Trinity, and Trinity can let us know how far we are. Okay, so
Okay. Just to make a follow up quickly on that question instead of like the whole gallery thing. So you are planning to host a group of people. So do you have any plan in place just in case you have a medical emergency? How do you plan to handle that?
all right, so that's something that we don't wish for, we don't pray for, but I will tell you, Atlanta hosts one of the best hospitals in the world, not only in America. Emory Hospital, Emory University Hospital is not too far from Atlanta. We'll say probably like 20 minutes away. And we also have several other hospitals that are very close to us, the Piedmont Hospital and also Wellstar Hospital. These are great medical institutions here in Atlanta. So, and again, we told you that we're going to have a vehicle on standby logistics. It's not really going to be an Uber if you want to buy a lollipop or you want to just go buy a burger and so no. But it's a logistic vehicle that we're gonna have. No, let me tell you, my dear brother, we're gonna have up to 3 vehicles on the standby. So in an event, God forbid, in an event that occurs, you will have a vehicle to move you. And again, Atlanta has, or where we're gonna be moving to, has a very good emergency system. Okay, emergency care system. So we can call 911 as well, and 911 will be able to come and help us in case of any medical emergency. So we really want to thank God for that opportunity. But those will be some of the things that we can rely on.
Madam President, I'd like to hear from you. What inspired you to take on this challenge to plan this event for ALLIA?
So again, I come right back to the decentralization. We feel that because, for example, here, Atlanta here, we don't really have a Liberian Lutheran church here. So that make other people to feel that we can't do it. But God believe in the attitude, not the multitude, right?
That's right. That's right.
So
maybe from here we'll have 117 and she will be our deaconess. You don't know.
That's a word, though. That's a word.
Amen.
We look at this thing like we don't have to be 1,000 before we can host this convention.
That's right.
So when we were going to Ohio last year, on our way, we drove and we just decided to say, but we can do this.
Yeah.
And from there, we decided on the car. And when we went, when they said, who are hosting next year? And we just came out. And everybody was shocked. Like, Atlanta, you don't even have a church. We said, even at that, we have a church that we go to, but because we don't have any Liberian church here, so other people were a little bit skeptical. Even when we left on the convention, they were asking, are you guys
you sure you can do it?
Then we move on to another
city.
We said, no, we can do it. And because of that, like, some of all who love challenges, like, you can't do it. And that's the kind of position I can find myself in. If you say I can't do it, then I'll have to go above and beyond. That's what I'm so happy. And core conference, everything is just putting into place. Whatever we want to do, even our people that we ask to come around to help us, they are all in a segment to come to help us. And I'm so excited and just giving God the praises.
Thank you, Madam. Thank you, Madam President. I'd like to hear from the both of you. What has been the most challenging aspect of this planning process for the both of you or the committee?
I would say, humanly speaking, sometimes if things the way you want for things to go and it is not going that way, sometimes you get a little frustrated, Initially, things were not. There was some little bumpy along the way, but again, when Christ is on your vessel, the storm, is always calm. So, and God said, "Leave it to me." But when we tried to hold it on our own way from the beginning, things were not going right. And and I know some of you might have this as a last minute question to kind of to bump me with it, but I'll be one of the first person to speak on that before you come with it. I know you, Elijah. I know you very well. At some point, I became frustrated and decided to step down. um, so I received multiple calls. In fact, matter of fact, Sis Dede told me that, well, I don't even want to hear that one. That's the first thing she told me. Is that, well, I don't even want to hear that one. Then I also received a call from Brother Joseph Rabba, who is the vice president. Brother Joe Rabba said, Willie, what you say? He said, my man, okay, when we finish the assembly, then we'll talk about that one. But right now, we're not listening to what you're talking about. Then I also received call from the board chairman. Board chairman said, Willie, what you say? I said, no, I didn't say nothing. And he said, oh, okay. So yeah, so I dropped down, and also to the credit of the president, again, like I said, it was out of frustration, and I'm not the only one. I don't want to mention names. I know some people have resigned so many times in ALLIA, but they stay on board. Even our national president too, current national president, at some time in the past, he did resign, but he was still on board. So it had happened before. We're not saying that it is a good thing to do, but we've seen it happen before in the past. But this is ALLIA. And I will tell you this, to his credit, the president, Dr. Murphy V.S. Anderson, despite sending him that email, he doesn't even refer to me as Mr. Kobe. He always refer to me as Chairman Kobe. So I said, but wait now. I wrote that minute, he still called me Chairman. He said, Chairman Kobe, what we got? Chairman Kobe, what we got? So, but again, it was just, out of human feelings and some of those things. And to those who felt, betrayed or, and downhearted along the way, Sis Marlin and other people, and she told me, Sis Marlin, she said, my son, Willie, why I hear it? I said, no, she said, I don't even want to hear about it. So, I apologize to every one of you. We are moving on, and I can tell you that our assembly, and the reason why I says that it says 65%, we believe in a challenge. We were given this challenge. Until you can come to Atlanta and leave from Atlanta, we will continue to tell you that we are at 65%. So we want to keep that. We want to keep you on your toes and keep guessing. We don't want to tell you that we are at 99% for you to say, okay, what have they done? So we are still at 65%. We might be at 65% until you come for this assembly and leave, but we are at 65%. Comfortable 65%.
Thank you, Brother Whitty, for that response. And since then, I'd like to hear from you. What are you guys excited about this whole assembly? What has been exciting in the planning process as well?
Firstly, the hosting part of it. Few handful of people decide to hold the Great ALLIA. So I'm so excited about that. And the working coordination among us, as we speak right now, if you just dial our chat room number, everybody will just be there like, hello, everybody really want to do it. It's not that you have to tell somebody to do it. Everybody really want to do it. And that's why we asking people to come and see what the Lord has done. Come and see what the Lord has done. If other people do it, you can do it. Yes, I'm really, really, really. And then the host church, like I said, how did we come about this? When we were talking about hosting here, we didn't know opportunity. We knew about our little good shepherd. But when the bishop came, we went over there and the people overwhelmingly welcomed us. And when we told them about the assembly, they were so excited that this will even seal the relationship between us. So it gave us the enthusiasm too we just want to do more and more and ask God to give us the grace to go through this. Now, when he said, for me, every time I say, I don't just want to hear that I'm not doing it. Now all I want is just I don't give myself option for that, like if I can do it or not. No, I don't have that kind of option. I know I have to do it. That's where I put myself, and I just tell him, I say, Woody, don't even say that. That can we or I no, we have to. We have decided to do this, and by the help of God being on our side, we will do it. And that's what just giving me that slide.
Thank you very much, Madam President. Sis Dede Givler, thank you, Brother Willie Kubwe. You have been listening to the local planning committee of ALLIA, that is the Association of Liberian Lutherans in the Americas. Our upcoming assembly is going to be in Atlanta, and we've been informed by this host committee, the local committee, that they are well prepared and just come and see what the Lord has done. Come experience Atlanta, come and experience Lutheranism together on the weekend of August 15th to the 17th. So we're going to be closing up in our closing remarks. So I'll go to our sister couple to give her closing remark, and then we'll go to Dada Toto, and then me, and then our guests. Before Sis Couple, our guests will give that closing remarks, and then Sis Couple, Dada Toto, and then myself, and then we call it a day. So we gave you opportunity that Sis Dede to give your closing remark.
Okay. Thank you, Brother Elijah. Again, today we came to talk about ALLIA Assembly 2025, and we asked people to attend our convention. ALLIA has been, like previously what he said, sometimes you talk to people about ALLIA, they're like, what is ALLIA? So that's what I was saying. ALLIA is like a little LCL in the US, and the big LCL is over. As long as you are a Lutheran, you came from Liberia, in the US, you automatically part of us. You just need to join us. And as we are here, we are not just here because we came in the US. We organized this to be able to help our people back home. You know about the LUL, the Lutheran University. That's one of the projects that we have. And we all know that Lutheran people, most of the time, if not all the time, people feel that we start so we can't do it. But you see the LDL here, it's the matter of us. This time around, it came and it will stay. So that's one of the projects that ALLIA has undertaken. So come to our convention, come prepare, come and send for your lapa, get a souvenir, come, let's do the Lutheranism together. The more we are together, the happy we will be. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Zina, and the MLC Talk family, Dr. Toto, Sis Kopo. We want to thank you all so much for giving us the opportunity. The Association of Liberian Lutherans here in the Americas, most especially on behalf of our National Planning Chair, Sis Lindora Kolu, Howard Diawara, and our entire team. Brother Elijah, if you can permit me, please, I want to thank from the bottom of my heart. I want to thank our committee. I want to thank this committee. The committee, like Sis Dede said, right now, even if I should dial this or anyone should dial the number, it's like an emergency line. The moment you hit that group chat number or the group chat line, in split seconds, everyone will just run in. Even if you just, I just called to tell everybody hello. Everybody will spend a couple of minutes there, then we can leave. So I really want to thank everybody. I want to, I can't go just specifically right now, but I want to thank everybody, everyone that is on this committee. I also want to thank the leadership. The leadership is working along with us. We are not lacking anything that the leadership, we ask the leadership, and the leadership is, kind of kicking us to the curb or so, sorry for the better use of words. Even yesterday, the national vice president, Brother Joseph Robert, called and said, what do you guys need? I would say this, that people are more worried about us than we ourselves. I'm telling you, perhaps they are not still convinced. Right? Yeah, perhaps they are not still convinced, but things are in place. All of our volunteers, all of our volunteers, Elijah, it will interest you to know that one of our volunteers, you know, when I heard this yesterday, on Friday, you know, it brings joy to my heart, and it's a little bit, it got me a little bit emotional that someone is intending to drive over 13 hours just to come and volunteer, something I was going to be paying over $1,000 for service. This person is going to drive over 13 hours to come to Atlanta, Georgia, and provide voluntary service for us. This is why we're talking about service. If people can, you know, if someone can think of something like that to do for the Lord through ALLIA, what about me? Why can't I do it? So I want to thank Sis Dada in his public manner for even rebuking my comment, telling me, say, well, I don't even want to hear that. It's like, you know, just brush someone and say, well, I don't even want to hear that. You know, that you would rather take the lawman, the lawman to get out of Sis Dada, say, well, I don't even want to hear that. You know, so, but if people can do such a thing like that, you know, I want to thank everyone. I want to thank the Liberian community, Brother Bobby Boplet. You know, Brother Bobby Boplet. When I go to him, he said, "Oh, y'all are looting people, you're dead." Okay, and people are reaching all over. Even our leadership team, they are providing names to us in Georgia here that we don't know about. Okay, the Sis Cavier, her relatives are here in Georgia. They are willing, you know, and everyone we just reach out to, things are just turning to gold. I'll be honest with you. I don't mean to.
Thank you very much, Brother Willie. I know you are all zealous for this event, but time is fast spent. We want to say thank you to you.
30 seconds, please.
Okay.
Brother Elijah, just 30 seconds, please. And I hope they don't stop you from calling us back, but we're begging you, please call us back.
Absolutely.
We want people to please register. Please register. If you register, it will help us a whole lot. I know we Liberian people say, oh, that what thing. And I should be honest to confess to you, even our committee member thinking that, okay, because we the committee member, no, please register. Committee members, register. This was, the bull was taken by the horn by our president. The moment the registration came up, you are the first to register, followed by the national chair. I hope before we leave from here that Dr. will register, and Brother Elijah will register, and everybody will register. Let us register, please, for this assembly. If you want to say thank you so much.
Thank you, Brother Willie. Thank you, Sis Dede. Sis Couple, your closing remark, please. 1 minute.
Okay, again, want to say thank you to the team for the job well done. And now we can boast and say yes. We can knock our chest and say yes. We are having our ALLIA convention in Atlanta, Georgia. So I just want to say thank you. And what next? Nothing.
We look forward to seeing you in Atlanta.
Nothing, Couple, because when everything is done perfectly, nothing you can wish for again.
Thank you, Couple. Tata Toto, your closing remark.
Yeah, thank you. You know, the good thing about the segment is that we have good people in Georgia, you know, to execute this convention, especially like a couple, that couple Dede, Willie T.K. Harris, you know, lost any friend, or T.K. Harris, you know, I've been knowing you a very long time during our youthful day, as a Peter. So I know the type of work he able to do. So I'm a little bit confident, you know. I'm confident that the Georgia team will really produce well for this year convention. We'll not get there any kind of misreaction or misfeeling from the last election or convention that we had in Ohio. There's no secret about it. There was a serious miscommunication between the local team and the National Planning Committee. It brought out a bad feeling into that convention. So that's the reason why I'm a little bit stressful when I was asking the question in terms of communication between the national and the local. But thank God that they said that communication is well, and they are working together as a team, which is good. And we come to Georgia, not to just celebrate, but also to have some fun. You know, we are also Lutheran now, so we get with the Lutheran way too. So we're gonna expect that. So thanks so much to the team. Keep on the good work. We'll try to do our pre-registration before the time.
Yo, please do it today. Please do it today.
And also, today I will call you sometime this week. You're adding to have some financial talk also too.
Yeah, to make contribution towards the assembly. And Brother Elijah, for those in Liberia, please send your contribution, please.
All right. We want to say thank you to all of our viewers for joining us today. Thank you for following the show. Like we stated earlier on in the show, the bishop is going to be coming from Liberia with some other delegation. They're going to be coming from Liberia. If you want to contribute towards this event, you can send some player, you can send some bar player, you can send some chicken soup, you can send some pepper. Just take it to the Lutheran compound and say, Bishop, this is my contribution to the convention. Carry to the people, let the people enjoy it. Even though I'm not there in person, but you know, this is my small contribution. You get cash, give it to the bishop, he will bring it to us. So we want to say thank you all for joining us today. Thank you to the local planning committee. We have too much confidence in you. We have worked with you over the years. We know that even though you guys are little in number, but you are mighty in strength once you guys put your hands together. So we want to appreciate all of you for the work done thus far. And we look forward to meeting all of you in Atlanta, Georgia in August. So thank you, and everyone have a God bless day. Bye-bye.